Alright, so today I saw something outrageous. I saw a thumbnail and the title of a video. The title was "Something Good About Every Pure Evil Villain." I said, okay, that sounds kind of interesting. I never thought about it, alright? I look at the thumbnail. I see Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. Now tell me what the hell is good about this man, bro. This man dedicated his whole life to hating on Barry, bro. The level of hate this man has is outrageous, man. There is nothing good in him, bro. Even if it's the slightest, the littlest good thing, it will be over fucking charged by the fucking hate towards Barry because he tweaking. And I saw Dio Brando, the body stealing nigga, bro. The body stealing vampire. How the fuck is this man? He got nothing good in him, bro. He tweaking out. Anyway, let's just watch the video because I'm actually curious. I do not see anything good about two of these guys already. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing good about either Dio or fucking what's his name? Eobard Thawne or Reverse Flash. Nothing good about these guys, bro. Ain't nothing good about them. Anyway, and anyway, y'all, yeah. Let's hop into the video. That's real curious, bro. Is that Frieza? What is good about him? There's nothing good about him either.
It's pure evil characters in all of fiction.
You know what, bro? I don't know. Let me put the volume up first of all. Is that shit crazy? Frieza, Joker.
And in this video, we try to find something good
Who the hell
about
is that?
each one of them. And I'm not talking about good traits,
this?
but an actual good thing they did, intentionally. This video ended up...
okay. Now there is a little bit more of a chance to find stuff. Frieza, there is nothing good he did, except in the Tournament of Power. Dio, I ain't nothing good. Thawne, I mean... I don't know. Are we talking about the Flash, the series, or the comics? I don't know.
Being very hard to make, because these characters were created by their authors to be the heartless, soulless devils of their stories.
Hey, here you go.
Pure evil by design.
There you go, another
trying
one.
to find a single good thing they chose to do was nearly impossible. But before we start,
Scar.
we need to define what it means to be pure evil.
It means
Definitions
somebody
on the
like
internet vary
Sukuna. It means somebody like Sukuna. The first thing he said when he spawned, the man said, "There's a lot of women and kids. I'm gonna have some fun." That's pure
More
evil.
wiki pages are made just to try to answer this question. But for our video, this is going to be simple. For us, a pure evil character has no tragic backstory, no trauma that pushed them down this path, and no external force making them do evil. They are evil because they chose to be, for purely selfish reasons. They also have to know they are evil, so no twisted logic or
give me a second, bro. I'm searching for something.
Warped sense of justice where they think they are doing
this man evil. He
No.
better not be in here. He evil.
They need to be fully aware their actions are evil, and they enjoy it. That's why even though Thanos literally tries to wipe out half of existence, he doesn't count as a pure...
No, he doesn't, because he got his old mentality that says everything is a balance or whatever. So yeah, he wouldn't be a pure evil.
Because he believes he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Now that we defined what pure evil means, let's talk about what I mean by good. Because just being smart, disciplined, or cool-headed doesn't count. Those are good traits, and they are easy to find in everyone. We are looking for an actual good action, something they did intentionally,
I love
not
this
by
movie,
accident,
bro.
not because they were forced, and
I
not
love
as a side effect of
I'm watching Dexter though. Yeah. Yo, that shit crazy.
something else. They simply chose to do the right thing, even once. And one last rule, we are sticking to the canon versions of each character.
Only
no alternate timelines, filler episodes, or spin-offs. And if the canon isn't clear, we'll just use the original source materials, or whatever most people generally consider canon. Starting with our first villain, Frieza.
What did this man do good, bro? He's a demon, bro.
Frieza is the purest evil in Dragon Ball. Cell was programmed. Boo is brainless. Zamasu thinks he's doing the right thing.
Kid Buu is the pure evil. They literally say he's the incarnation of malice. You know what I'm saying?
But Frieza, he knows what he's doing is wrong. He just enjoys control and loves making others suffer just to show off the power he was born with.
Nah, if you were going to go with Dragon Ball, you should have taken Kid Buu. He's literally the incarnation of malice. You know what I'm saying?
Father can't be blamed. Frieza is way more evil than him.
Yep.
He's also one of the most successful villains on this list, managing to rule over the universe for years. So,
Yep.
is there
Until
anything
Goku
good he
appeared.
does? I know what everyone is thinking.
Nothing.
His contribution to the winning of the
That
tournament
doesn't
of
count.
power. We'll get to that. But I actually think Frieza's good action is way more subtle. It's the fact that he's low-key a great employer. Seriously, yes, he will probably blow you up if you mess up.
What did he say? A good employer? An employer that'll kill you if you mess up once? Oh, hell nah. Yo, that,
Even slightly.
wrap it up. I'm
Sure,
leaving.
you'll need to survive the occasional planetary genocide. But here's the thing. His army is huge, and the vast majority of it never even meets him. Most of them don't even know what he looks like. Not everyone is a fighter. So for most of his army, they get free healthcare, free transportation,
Yo,
free housing
that's
on
a
his hundreds
stretch.
of planets where they can keep their families safe. They have job mobility, probably good salaries, and even rewards when they do a good job. And
Bro,
that's
that
why
is-
so many of his soldiers stayed loyal to him.
That is not why, bro. They scared of his bitch ass. They scared of his dwarf ass, bro. Man, this nigga crazy. Of course they gonna be staying against him with him. Everybody thought he was gonna be the emperor of the galaxy, ruling over everything. He could destroy planets with a single beam, bro. Ain't no way nobody wanna go against him.
Even years after his death, because Frieza lets them share in his success. He only treated the Saiyan the way he did because they were rebellious, and he was afraid of the Super Saiyan prophecy. But to most of his empire, Frieza is probably seen as a great boss. Working for him is a dream job. I can imagine some
Yo.
alien kid living in an extremely poor planet whose only dream is to be skilled enough to get recruited by the Frieza Force,
Bro.
to save his family from poverty, to give them a decent life on one of Frieza's planets. For me, that's Frieza's good
Yo,
action. But
what?
since I know a lot of people won't agree, how about
No.
this? Frieza probably saved more lives than he took. And I'm not even talking about the Tournament of
What?
Power. That version of Frieza was bitter. He tried to find a way to leverage the tournament to his advantage and was ready to throw it the moment he realized he couldn't. He didn't even believe
was
Goku
tweaking,
would
bro.
keep his word about reviving him. He only helped him win because he wanted revenge on Jiren for hurting his ego. And because he thought he might get a shot at using the Super Dragon Balls. So yeah, I don't think that should count.
No.
What does count though, it's the fact that Frieza spent years literally doing God's work. It's been established so
Destroying
many times.
planets?
Destruction is necessary for a healthy universe. And with Beerus' lazy ass sleeping for decades, the only reason the universe was safe was because Frieza was doing the work. By
Oh,
wiping out
nah, yo, you tweaking, bro. That is such a big leap, bro. What the fuck, bro? That is such a big leap. Yo, that no.
chaotic and unstable planets like the Saiyans, he may have actually improved the universe's survival chances.
I mean, I
If he
guess science were pretty much taking over planets and selling them, but he not doing better, bro.
he hadn't done that, the universe's ranking might have dropped so low that the Omni King would have erased it entirely.
Nah, that's such a big stretch, bro. The Joker. Listen. This man, ain't nothing good about him. Ain't nothing fucking good about him, bro. He little crazy, bro.
The Joker is by far the villain with the most variations and iterations on this entire list. It's almost impossible to pin down a single canon version of him. Hundreds of authors
Well, you
have
can't
written
go with
him,
the
drawn him, and
the comics.
reinvented him. And yet, somehow, through all these versions, his outlook on the world has stayed surprisingly consistent. The Joker isn't out to do evil just for the sake of it. He's out to prove that good doesn't exist. So for this video, instead of picking one specific specific version of the Joker to analyze, we are going to look for the common thread across all his iterations, while excluding versions that give him a tragic backstory, like the Killing Joke or Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, because once you give him a sympathetic origin, he stops being a pure evil. The Joker isn't just evil, he's an extreme nihilist. He doesn't believe in good or evil. He believes everything in life is meaningless, and he finds it hilarious that other people don't. So he dedicates himself to tearing down the meaning that others claim to, just to laugh at them and prove his point. And that makes it very...
And this man did something good? This man did something good, bro? He doesn't even believe in good, bro. How the fuck did he get here?
Difficult to find a good action in his story, because even when he does the right thing, it's never for the right reason. He doesn't believe in good, and so his intentions never really align with it. But somehow, he actually does have a few moments that looks heroic. In the 1997 Marvel and DC crossover...
Captain America? Oh, it's a crossover. I was like, what
Captain
the
America
fuck?
team up to stop a temporary alliance between the Joker and the Red Skull. The Joker turns on Red Skull after realizing he's a He literally says that even though he's a lunatic, he won't team up with a fascist. And that's a glimpse...
Alright. Alright. Good job, Joker. I'll give him that, because that's crazy. I'll give him that. He said, bro, you a hell nah, boy, you gotta go. You tweaking, bro.
Of something, a weird twisted line he won't cross. He does something similar with Lex Luthor, turning on him and brutally murdering him, giving the heroes a massive advantage. But in both of these cases, the writers kind of backpedal, and they add selfish motives. The Joker turns on Lex because he was offended he wasn't included in his master plan, and he betrays Red Skull because he realizes the bomb they were building might kill him.
Nah. I read it. Don't worry about it. I read it. He actually did good against Red Skull. He said, you a ZZ? Hell nah, boy, you gotta go. I saw that.
He's not suicidal. Because no matter how differently the writers portray the Joker, there is one thing they all seem to agree on. He can't do good. So maybe his one good deed isn't something loud or heroic. Maybe it's something invisible. It's not about saving lives. It's about challenging Batman. In stories like The Dark Knight and Endgame, it's hinted that the Joker knows what he's doing. He pushes Batman to the edge, not just to break him, to reinforce his morals, to prove...
What the fuck? Is Batman laughing with Joker, bro? What? How? What? How the fuck is this happening, bro?
Whether Batman's values really hold up under pressure. People see chaos, but the Joker, he sees the bigger picture. Even if he's insane, he's not stupid. He has a vision. A twisted one, sure, but a vision nonetheless. And in some interpretations, it feels like he's okay with being proved wrong. Because deep down, what he really wants is answers. And that's why he keeps coming back.
Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have absolutely no idea who Judge Holden is. Should I go up? Because these niggas keep popping up down here. Alright, let's go. Who the fuck is Judge Holden?
I personally learned about Judge Holden because I kept seeing him at the top of every most evil character in fiction list online. And after reading about him, yeah, he definitely deserves that spot.
I don't know who he is.
He is not very mainstream. So I would have loved to summarize the evil things he does. But honestly, even the mildest action in his story wouldn't make it past YouTube's guidelines. Judge Holden is the living embodiment of pure evil. He doesn't have a reason. He does the most horrible things just because he can. He stays perfectly calm in the most deranged situations. He's not only massive and physically imposing,
he is also... I'm seeing comic art, like what is he from?
Highly intelligent, charming, and educated. That combination makes him unbelievably dangerous. And he uses every bit of that power to hurt the people around him. For no other reason that he can.
I would not call this charming, bro. What the fuck are we... Did the meaning of charming change? Or like, this is not charming, bro.
Blood Meridian is filled with religious imagery, and many readers believe that Judge Holden isn't just a man. He is a symbolic representation of the devil himself. So,
wow.
Is there
That's
anything
great.
good this heartless monster does?
I don't think
Surprisingly,
so.
yes. There is one thing that Judge Holden consistently
And you're telling me this guy did something good, bro? you telling me this face did something good, bro? I'm having a hard time believing. You know what? Let me move over here, actually. All right. This man did not, yo. Hell nah, they lying.
does throughout the story. Something that seems to not come from cruelty or selfish intent. He
Which is?
teaches. Judge Holden is deeply educated, and he
Okay.
has a real love for knowledge. Throughout the story, as he and his gang travel across the brutal desert landscapes, he constantly stops to pick up fossils, examine ancient bones, and give lectures on geology, planetology, and the history of Earth. At one point, he even teaches the gang how to make gunpowder, which
Alright, that is not good, bro. let's get this straight out the way. That is not good, bro.
ends up saving their lives. And whenever one of his horrific plans succeed, he doesn't just celebrate. He plays music, sings, and teaches others how to dance. He seems to educate without
Basically, he's a crazy fucker, bro. He's just a crazy fucker. Ain't nothing good about this guy, bro.
hidden motives. He passes on what he knows simply because he values it. And
Or
in a
show
story
off.
overflowing with vinous and emptiness, that small act stands out. So that's the one good deed I managed to find. For
I have
a
no
man
idea who he
considered
is.
by many to be the devil in a human form.
Alright, Carnage is literally... what are we doing, bro? What? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, but...
Carnage is the result of a symbiote bonding with Cletus Cassidy, a completely deranged serial killer, and together
There
they
you go.
became one of Spider-Man's and Marvel's most chaotic and terrifying villains. Carnage has one motivation: pure chaos. He wants the most random, unpredictable, impossible to understand kind of destruction he can think of, and
There
he
you
takes
go.
pride in that. He's constantly trying to find new ways to do evil that no one would ever expect. Cletus Cassidy was pure evil long before
Wait. Are we doing Carnage himself, like the symbiote, or are we doing both of them? Because if you put both of them together, I highly doubt they did something.
he
good.
met the symbiote. He was convicted of 11 murders and bragged about many more, one of which is heavily implied to be the administrator of the orphanage he grew up in. Someone he may have killed as a kid.
There
But
we go.
the first time we ever see glimpses of something that might count as good was all the way back in 1992, when he returns to the now burned down orphanage where he grew up to find his old teddy bear, Binky. That teddy bear ends up being the only thing that he ever truly cared about in his entire existence.
And what
But
exactly
if
is
we are
good
looking
about
for
this?
An actual good deed, you will have to jump all the way to 2016. In one story, Magneto, of all people, manages to convince Carnage to help save the world. He does
Huh?
that by
What? Magneto is a bad guy, though.
telling him that if he loves chaos so much, then what could be more chaotic than doing the right thing? And Cassidy agrees, because
yeah.
for someone like him, saving the world might be the most random and unexpected thing he could ever do.
yeah,
A little
yeah.
while later, during a major battle, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom cast the inversion spell, a magical reversal that flips the morality of every person caught in it.
Oh,
And
that's
when
not
this
good.
hits Carnage, he's actually so evil that the reverse version of him ended up being a pretty good hero. He becomes so good, he even sacrifices himself to stop a doomsday device called the Gen Bomb, which would have killed everyone on Earth who wasn't a mutant. In his final moment, he tells Spider-Man to build a giant memorial in his honor and to play Freebird 24/7 because it was his favorite song. Of course,
That doesn't count, though, because it was because of the spell.
this is comics, so Carnage eventually comes back, and yes, he goes right back to being a total monster. But what's so fascinating about Carnage is that both times he did something good, it was because how he was so evil and chaotic in the first place.
But the second one did not count because he was influenced by the inversion, whatever spell, you know what I'm saying? So that didn't really count, bro. But anyway, let's keep going. A coup. God damn, boy.
After three of the most powerful gods in existence nearly sacrificed all their divine power to stop an ancient black mass that threatened to devour the universe, a tiny fragment of it managed to escape and crash landed on Earth. That fragment started consuming everything in its path, desperate to regrow into its original form. That is,
until one I never watched Samurai Jack. I'll never watch that. That was before my time, bro. Like, I'm not.
Powerful emperor did the impossible. He miraculously shot a flaming arrow into the heart of the darkness, stopping it. But in doing so, he accidentally gave birth to something else, the Master of Darkness, Aku. Now technically, just by being born, Aku saved the universe, because if he hadn't been created, the original formless abyss of darkness would have returned.
Okay.
So yeah, you could technically call Aku's existence a good deed, but
guess.
It wasn't intentional, it was just a side effect.
Because it did say that the arrow created him, and that stopped the fucking destruction of everything. But yeah, that wouldn't count because that wasn't intentional. One of the rules said that it needs to be an intentional thing, so that wouldn't count as a good action.
Though Aku is way weaker than the ancient evil he came from, he got something the original didn't. A fully formed ego, a big personality, and an actual self-awareness. And he used all of that to become a galactic tyrant. He enslaved planets, wiped out civilizations, and ruled with terror. He became the ultimate villain. Funny, sarcastic, and terrifying all at once. But this evil monster of darkness does something that even regular people like us often refuse to do. He goes to therapy. It's obviously meant to be funny, but hey, it's still...
Are we really counting this as good, bro? This is not benefiting anyone since that shit obviously didn't work since he continued doing his job. Like, what are we doing out here, bro? This shit does not count, bro. God damn.
Counts. He made the choice to seek help. That's something. But Aku's truest good action isn't something he does.
Okay.
It's something he chooses to not do. For someone who literally represents evil incarnate, he's surprisingly restrained. Throughout the series, we see that Aku allows regular people to live normal lives. There are peaceful villages, families, kids playing, cities functioning. It's not really a dystopia where everyone suffers. It's a dictatorship where Aku's influence mostly exists in the background. At one point, Aku even tries to impress kids with stories about himself, and when they boo him, he doesn't hurt them. There are several moments like that, where Aku clearly has a golden opportunity to do something horrifying, and he just doesn't.
So he's a dumbass, basically.
Is probably because the show was aimed at kids, so they couldn't go too dark. But still, it counts, because when you are the master of darkness, when you can do anything, sometimes the good thing you can do
to me it sounds like he's just a bad villain. I'm not gonna lie. Now this guy is evil. Scar is evil, bro. God damn, killed his own brother.
Is a massive movie with a ton of sequels, prequels, spin-offs, and side stories. Some of them seem to be canon, but let's be real, most of them aren't that good. And if we do count them, it's actually pretty easy to find a good deed.
The only good one is The Lion King, the first one, and then Mufasa.
Especially now with the new Mufasa movie, where they almost turned him into a good guy.
Yeah,
but honestly,
that shit
I just don't buy
bro.
it. It's hard to believe that someone like Tekka, who's actually pretty nice in that movie, would turn into the Scar we see.
That didn't make sense to me. That this man is a hater, bro. A hater, bro. Just because he didn't get the girl, he turned into this? Nah, cap. I don't believe it.
The original.
I don't believe it.
How every villain these days need to be broken or misunderstood. Scar was perfect the way he was.
Yeah.
So for this, I'm only counting the original 1994
that's the one
movie.
That's good, bro.
And that instantly makes it a lot harder to find something good about Scar.
That's the best one. That's the best one. The Mufasa wasn't bad though. I watched it. The Mufasa was pretty good. But the original one, The Lion King, that was peak, bro. That was top tier.
Theory online. that says that Scar technically didn't do anything wrong, because in the wild, male lions fight for dominance, and the winner becomes king. So
but Mufasa didn't fight for, Scar didn't fight for real, bro. He tricked the nigga, bro. He tricked the nigga, bro. He didn't fight. He tricked.
Killing Mufasa is just how nature works. But even
he
if we
cheated,
consider
bro.
that as true, that doesn't really help his case. Scar didn't fight Mufasa like a real lion. He used tricks, manipulation, and straight-up betrayal to kill his own brother. And when he did become king, he let the hyenas ruin the Pride lands. So no, he's not just playing by the rules. In reality, the one time Scar actually does something good is when he breaks those rules. In the wild, when a new lion takes over a Pride, he usually kills all the cubs of the old king. But Scar doesn't do that. He could have easily killed Simba right away, but he doesn't. Sure, he tells the hyenas to do it, but that's still him choosing to not do it himself, even though it was his right by lion logic. It's not much.
I mean, I feel like he was slightly attached to Simba, cause I don't know, maybe it was just me tripping, but I feel like Scar had a bit of affection towards Simba.
Letting Simba live is the one good thing he ever did.
And he came back to bite his ass. Now, this guy, I don't think he did anything good throughout the whole show, bro. Except when he was faking being a good guy, this man did not do anything good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Even though Dio Brando has kind of a sad backstory with an abusive father, that's clearly not the reason he turned out so evil. A bunch of characters in the show straight up say that Dio was just born evil. It's also hinted that his mother being overly kind, giving away the
you can see it in his fucking eyes.
little she earned to people in need while her own family stayed hungry made Dio resent her, and that might have been the start of his selfish worldview, taking what he wants, using whoever he can, and never caring about anyone else. All of that eventually turned him into one of the best villains in all of anime. Dio believes that because he feeds on human, the most developed species on Earth, he is the apex predator, and he should rule the world. So he spends his life treating people like tools to get what he wants. Except one guy, Pucci. Throughout the whole series, the only person Dio truly respects is Pucci. Unlike his other followers, Dio actually sees Pucci as a real friend. And that's not just speculation. Hirohiko confirmed it himself. He said they would hang out, drink together, and laugh like actual friends. None of the other villains on this list have real love or respect for anyone. So the fact that Dio truly cares about one person...
I'm sorry, but that's not a good action, but whatever.
That's what I consider his one good deed.
How the fuck does that work, bro?
Patrick Bateman is different from everyone else on this list because of how real he feels. He proves that even the most ordinary, polished guy could be pure evil. On the surface, he's pretty normal, at least compared to the people around him. He's fit, handsome, wealthy, and well-mannered. But all of that is just a mask. Bateman is a fraud, shallow, materialistic. Every single thing he does is driven by a desperate need to fit in, to hide the fact that deep down, there is nothing inside. He explains it best himself in the opening.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity.
Should I watch this movie?
I simply am not there.
And if we are going to try to find something good about someone this hollow, we are going to have to answer a question that was never really meant to be answered. Does Patrick actually kills people, or is it all just happening in his head? Is it some kind of severe delusion?
Is he crazy? What's going on? I'm actually lost. I don't know who this character is.
We are obviously not going to find a definitive answer to that. But if everything is just in his head, then he technically never did anything. So he wouldn't count as pure evil.
No, he wouldn't.
So, for the sake of this video, we are going to assume that everything did happen. that Bateman did commit those murders. So, is there any hope of finding good in someone like
I've seen
that?
this shit.
Maybe.
This
And it
is
starts
great.
with the only thing he seems to genuinely care about, his love for music. Patrick has a real emotional connection to music. It's the one time we
What
see him
Virginia?
express something that doesn't feel performative. It actually moves him, which might suggest that
That's
despite
kinda like
everything,
Dexter.
there is still
That's kind of like Dexter. Dexter is always like acting and hiding the fact that, you know, I see a little bit of a resemblance toward these crazy ass niggas.
something still alive inside him. He also makes a lot of politically correct comments throughout the movie, but it's clearly performative. The way he says them, with this flat, robotic tone, makes it obvious that he memorized them to fit in with his social circle.
guy,
It's all
bro.
part of the act. But there are moments when it feels like he breaks character. Moments
Which
where
is-
even though he's desperate to blend in, he disagrees with the people around him. Like when he tells his friends to cool it with the anti-Semitic jokes. And he seems genuinely uncomfortable. Or the moment he goes on a rant to Evelyn about the state of the world. And for a brief second, it sounds like a cry from somewhere real. These moments suggest that maybe beneath the bloodlust, beneath the consumerism
Bloodlust?
and the layers of artificial identity, there is a part of him that still cares. And maybe that part of him is what leads to his one potential good deed, his confession.
is?
Why he confesses is left intentionally vague. Is it guilt? A moment of clarity in a mind falling apart? Maybe it's
he's a serial murderer, I'm guessing, and he confessed to what he did. I mean, that would be a great action, you know what I'm saying? That'd be great.
the only
As
real
long as you
thing
go to jail, you're not killing nobody no more. If you kill them niggas over there, it don't really matter.
he does. A sign that the horror is catching up with him. That he wants someone to stop him, to hold him accountable. But the true horror of American Psycho is that no one listens. No one believes him. Because
What?
everyone around him is just as shallow, just as fake, just as empty as he is.
So he
So in the end,
confessed.
his one good action, his confession, becomes meaningless. Another
He confesses and nobody believed him? At least try to verify the facts with him, bro. Like, what the fuck?
empty gesture in a world that stopped paying attention
What?
a long time ago.
That's crazy. Now, this is what I want to really see. This man's, bro. He ain't nothing good about this man's, bro.
Eobard Thawne might be one of the pettiest villains in all of comics.
Yes, he
and
is.
That's exactly what makes him so terrifying. He
Yeah.
starts out as a huge fan of The Flash. So obsessed he literally recreates the accident that gave Barry his powers, just so he could become like him. But
That's-
he's not like
that's
Barry.
Thawne?
He's a psycho. And when Barry chooses Wally West over him, he snaps. If he can't be the Flash's friend, then he'll become his worst nightmare.
Yo, this man, each and every time I hear this backstory of his, I'm like, this is why he decided to become villain, bro? I'm like, bro, this is why? Nah, that's crazy, bro. Bro, this is why you want villain? Oh, hell nah, you tweaking for real, bro.
This villain doesn't want to rule the world. He just wants Barry Allen
To
to
suffer.
suffer forever.
That's
And he does.
the only
he
thing
messes
he
with
wants.
the timeline, wipes out people from existence just to hurt him. He even creates entire fake realities just to watch Barry fall apart. For
Yep.
him, it's not about winning. It's about being the reason Barry loses. All of
That's
this
all
just
he wants. All he wants is to see this man suffer, bro. As long as this happens, this man will be happy.
because his ego got bruised. And that's what makes Thawne so fascinating.
He's
a powerful,
crazy.
successful villain driven by pure pettiness. And that's why I love him. Now, after
You
years
love
of
him?
tormenting
I mean,
Barry,
yeah.
the twist comes. Barry finally realizes that the two of them are stuck in a loop. The Reverse Flash keeps coming back because he wants Barry's attention. The more Barry hates him, the more evil he gets. And
I
the
mean,
stronger he
If you don't do nothing, he's just gonna he's gonna make you, whatever you try to do. This man is gonna make you react because the things he do is crazy. Like I don't know much of I don't know much about the comics, but just look at the series. This man went back in time to kill young Barry But when his adult self got him out of here, he killed his mom. He said, if I can't kill you, maybe if I make you suffer a tragedy hard enough on you, you might never become the Flash. I'm like, bro, are you for real? I was like, bro, you for real, man? That's too much, bruh. I was there, it's like, bro, what? And then he's like, why? This man, because I hate you. I'm like, God damn. This is a whole other level of hating, bruh.
Becomes.
And then he uses it, in season 6, I think? Because I stopped at season, the 6, the season after Cicada, because even the Cicada one was trash. The only reason I kept watching it is because Nora, the Barry daughter, she bad as hell, boy. Anyway. Yeah, he used his daughter, bro. Made her use the negative speed force so that when they destroy the dagger, she'd be erased by the time. I'm like, yo, bro, you doing too much at this point. I'm like, bro, what are we doing out here, bro? You tweaking. And then she died, and then I dropped that shit.
Barry does the one thing Thawne never expected. Even though he's literally the reason for everything bad that happened in his life, he forgives him. And just like that, it's over. The hate loop breaks.
Even he's like, what? What? Get the fuck out of here, Barry. What the fuck?
Thawne disappears, and we find out that in his future, he actually becomes a tour guide at a Flash museum, sharing his love for Barry with kids, and finally at peace. So even though it took a lifetime of destruction to get there, Eobard Thawne was able to do one good thing. He let go. A lot of villains had to be cut from this video because I just couldn't find anything good about them. Like Emperor Palpatine. I spent an unhealthy amount of time trying to find something redeemable about that guy, and I couldn't. But I still think it's possible, and maybe some hardcore Star Wars lore expert will help us find something in the comments. Palpatine wasn't the only one who had to be scrapped from the video. My original list had Bill Cipher, Freddy Krueger, Anton Chigurh,
I
and
don't
the
know that
Lich.
one.
So
I
I
don't know that one
invite
either.
all of you to try to find something good about them in the comments. It's
Bro,
a really
bro,
fun
bro.
exercise.
Bro, I don't care about that no more. What? That's how the Reverse Flash ended, bro? Man, what the fuck? Fuck no, bro. What kind of ending is that? Barry like, I forgive you. Oh, it's over now. The cycle of hatred. Get the fuck out my face, boy. What the fuck are we doing for real, bruh? God damn. Shit getting me mad for real. Man, this shit goofy as hell, man. This shit goofy. I'm done. I'm out of here, boy.